You ever feel like you live more in your head than in your life? That's me. All the time. I think, and I think until I've created a whole reality that doesn't even exist. And the funny thing is, I'm not just in my head, I'm in other people's head too. Trying to figure out what they think about me, what they meant by something they said, or if I'm doing enough to be seen, liked, or understood. It's exhausting because the more I try to control how I'm perceived, the more I lose who I am. I realize that being in my head sometimes isn't about always overthinking. Sometimes it's fear. It could be fear of failing, fear of feeling judged, fear of the unknown, and because of that I start analyzing my life. Instead of being, I'm performing, and instead of trusting, I'm controlling everything. Almost like a war between who I am and who I think I should be in my head. But I'm so happy that I have a faith in God, and there's something called prayer, and prayer just makes you believe that even if you don't have everything settled or figured out, there's something called peace. And at the time I just say this prayer, I just find this peace in my mind and peace in what I feel like is happening to me. And in this moment I just feel peace, and I feel very free, and my mind is quiet, and I just take a moment to relax. But minutes later, chaos starts again. I get in my head again. I start to compare myself again. I start to get scared again. I start to get scared of the unknown. I start to be afraid again, and I start to get in my head again. I start to let fear creep in again after I've just prayed. That is a very bad thing. I want to stop living like this. I want to stop worrying. I want to stop getting in my head and in the head of others and trying to figure out what are they thinking about me, what am I thinking about them. I want to stop overthinking things. I want to stop worrying about everything. I want to stop trying to control what should be. I really want to stop giving not in a careless way, but in a freeing way. I admire people that live carefree. I want to be able to trust God's energy and know that after I have prayed, I should just believe and just set myself free. I just want to be free, because even the Bible says that when you've prayed and you believe, just believe. When you pray, believe that. I don't want peace and chaos to have a tug of war in my head, because it's crazy. But honestly, the more I try to hold everything together, the more I fall apart. The more I tell God that I surrender and I leave it to God, the more I feel peace. The more things begin to change, the more things begin to shift. I'm at this point in my life where I only have God to trust, and I can only trust God. Because I stop chasing control and I start chasing purpose. So if you're like me, you're always in your head, getting in your head, trying to figure out what is going to happen, just take a deep breath and just surrender. You just need to let go. You don't have to carry all the pain, all the problem. Just let go. Leave it to God. God, you're not unworthy. You're not late. You're not left behind. You're just human. The most powerful thing you can do is to stop trying to understand everything and just start believing again. Start believing that you can do it. Start believing that you're worthy of it. I'm learning to get out of my head, and I'm learning to trust God. I need to trust God's timing, to know that peace isn't something that I find, it's something that I have to protect. Yes, to letting go, letting God, and living with faith. If this resonated with you, leave a comment, drop a heart.